All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sniper StarCraft League Division 1 Finals. I am your host, Lord Cranial, and joining me is going to be Mousy.
Hey, what's up, gamers? Hope everyone's doing fine. Yeah, how are you? How are you, Lord Cranium?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited to get this started. Go ahead and get some of these matches going. It's going to be an exciting series today, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, we can call it the best of 7, to be honest. I'm expecting a lot of games here. We have, as far as I know, 3 Zergs, 3 Terrans in total. There's no Protoss. That might actually favor a lot of viewers, because we know how this bandwagon style of hating Protoss is going, but we're just kidding. We love Protoss. Well, I'm a Protoss main myself as well, so I have to love Protoss. That's why I played. But yeah,
Yeah,
sadly, no. One of those matchups is going to be omitted, but we have a lot of exciting ones, in my opinion. So I'm really excited. Looking forward to it.
yeah, absolutely. We're just getting some preliminary stuff out of the way first, and then we'll be able to hop into some of these matches.
Yeah. Not sure if it's going to be a veto or not, but we'll figure it out shortly. If they just oh, there we go. They just hosted a map. Right, Cranial, we have Inside and Out as the first map. What do you think about this map here?
I honestly find this to be kind of an interesting map. There's really only 3 push paths until the rocks get broken, and the middle one tends to be a bit of a. It's pretty interesting to see people try to push through that middle and just get absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, that's a lot of choke points are present while pushing into the base. So we're talking about a TVT here as we jump into this first series. These are best of twos, we might mention. And these are like 6K players, so I'm already
Yeah.
gonna jump on your camera. So
All right, spawning in the bottom left-hand side of Inside and Out. It is going to be epic.
and his opponent, the other Terran in the blue with the blue SCVs representing CSO eSports. It's going to be Milky Cow.
Yeah, very fast SCV being sent out. I'm assuming this is probably going to be a little bit of proxy Reaper shenanigans here.
Ooh, this is 2 racks. 2 barracks are going to be proxied. Second SCVs going out right now, and this is kind of a really ambitious proxy, to be honest. What do you think about this position?
Personally, I'm so this is great for aggression. Let just first and foremost, absolutely. But the moment Epic sends an SCV out to scout, if he does, it's going to immediately be spotted. So I'm feeling like Milky Cow is very confident in his Reaper Micro and is going to be able to do just an absolutely absurd amount of damage. Yep, there he goes.
Let's
We
see.
spots it
Yeah,
almost immediately.
let's see what the reaction is going to be. He's taking both gases, saturating it just as standard as you would do in a TVT. And yep, this is going to be proxy 2-rack Reaper, which is, to my knowledge, this is like you can macro into it.
Yeah, it's
Let's see
definitely a
how this is going to go.
it's a very dangerous build that's been used quite frequently. He's going to send both of those SCVs back. He's already got his factory going, so this is he can pretty easily defend it, I would say.
Yeah, most probably it's going to be a solid defense if the micro is good. But yeah, it definitely comes down more or less to the micro, in my opinion. And
Oh, going
I
for
can say that, yeah, Milky Cow is confident in its micro.
Yeah, I would say so. And he's also making a proxy factory as well. So we're really just like we're going right into the dirt today.
Yeah, I think the if it was closer, it was in the main base of Epic.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
pretty
third.
much. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I thought it's going to be a third Brax at the proxy location, but just basically just replaced. Just moved it a bit to the other side.
And this is looking a little dire for Epic here, but he already has the Hellion out, so he is going to be able to. Oh, what is this? Oh, we're going
And we're
straight
going to
into a
have,
tech lab.
and we have a startboard being proxied on the high ground as well. So this is interesting. I saw the switch on the tech lab, and now Milky Cow is going to scout with this barracks. So I assume this is going to be Reapers into some kind of mech follow-up, or wow, this is a weird build, honestly. This is kind of BM, you know. It's like I'm just going to proxy everything in front of your base, just to show you that I can because I'm confident in it.
Yeah, this is
tank
this is super aggressive.
Yeah, this tank is going to reign free over here because once this siege is up, it's going to be a hell of a ride for Milky Cow. And a smooth one. Ooh, and look at that. He landed the barracks right into the main base. As I said, this is the furthest it can go, honestly.
Yeah, you were joking about putting the factory in the main base, but I mean, he's actually putting a barracks in the main base.
Yeah, we're still into... Oh, double Viking production. This is an epic start of this series.
Yeah, Epic's not out of it yet, but he's in a bit of dire straits right now. 2 tanks, like, right outside the main base. He has high ground vision. Like, it's going to be hard for Milky Cow to continue pushing in, but if he really wanted to, he could just kind of macro out of it. We even see the Natural Command Center going down now for Milky Cow.
Yep, and that's going to be on the high ground, so he's going for the safe play after the riskiest plays ever, to be honest. And this Viking is going to get taken down. Oh, he lands the Viking. He's going to take out the tank. Wow, this is some epic shenanigans out of Milky Cow. I don't think we could have expected a better game to start with.
No, absolutely.
One of the tanks is going to be dealt with, but Milky Cow just takes game number 1. Wow, this was one of the dirtiest builds I've ever seen in a TVT, to be honest.
I have not seen that build before. That was absolutely fantastic to see.
Well, we kind of know that if someone is like unfamiliar with basically the higher echelon of StarCraft 2, we know that these guys are like 6K or even above that. So they have point on macro, point on micro. It's all about cutting corners, surprising your opponent, just getting a totally different build order than the standard one. The standard usually doesn't cut it anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, not unless you're like the top pro. Like Milky Cow's coming out here and showing like, hey, I'm going to get wins no matter what.
Yeah, this was definitely Milky Cow definitely just showed that. Okay, you picked your map, you can pick another one after I beat your bot. So yeah, very confident builds. Probably the best way to start.
Oh, absolutely. Throw your opponent off as quickly as you can. All right, looks like we're going to be moving over to NA for the next game.
All right.
Yeah, while we have a little bit of downtime here, definitely check out the Matcherino link to help support the tournament here. Sniper Team League would much appreciate that. And while you're here, might as well go ahead and give us a follow as well.
Yeah, just follow this beautiful organizers. Like just a really cool guy to follow. Honestly, Sniper's been working his ass off to put together this awesome team league. So huge shout out to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Drop a follow. Let's get this channel to affiliate.
Yeah, that would be epic, and also would help Sniper out the most, and of course us as well, because we're glad to be here. We're glad to cast. Uh, there's more epic StarCraft coming our way and your way as well as the viewers. The next map is going to be Moondance. Ooh, I see. I have 344 ping on this one.
Yeah, the NA to EU transition is never an easy one, is it?
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a hell of a ride, to be honest.
No, I
Let's
absolutely
see if
agree.
Milky Cow can repeat. What do we think about this map, Cranial?
To be honest with you, it's a bit of a stranger map. It's been a while since we've had pocket bases, and I feel like there's still some people who are trying to figure out how to effectively use them. I know that in my own games, usually I like to kind of go for a more economic build, take that safe third pocket base and quickly expand to a fourth. But with the way Milky Cow's been playing, there's a chance that we don't even see a third base. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and introduce the players now. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of Moondance here, we have Epic.
And on the opposite side, as a blue Terran, we have CSO eSports' Milky Cow.
Oh, this is a daring proxy.
Should I mention that Milky Cow did this versus a Protoss as well? Proxying in the pocket base, and right before I was like, oh please, just someone just please do a proxy in the pocket base, and I was like upset that no one really wants to do a proxy in the pocket base.
I feel like
And
it's one of
then-
those things where it's just like it's so blatant and it's so obvious that nobody would ever do it. I feel like that's kind of how Epic feels right now.
Yeah, and it's going to go up, and it's going to be like, oh no, not again.
Well, he might get a little bit confused here. He does see the double gas. I'm not sure if he actually counted how many SCVs were mining off of those gases, but we now have a proxy factory as well, building a single marine out of the barracks to start. I'm not sure what to make of this right now, but we are still mining a ton of gas.
This is quite interesting to begin with, because okay, a bunker goes down, so Epic just feels like he really needs to do something here. And there's going to be a factory at home, so we are kind of looking at a mech opener over here with the proxy, and now the Reaper is like, okay, I saw it, but what should I do against it? How do I deal with this? This goes into the bunker, and it's like, okay, boss, I'm fine with this. But look at that, Milky Cow puts a bunker at the proxy location. He's committed to defending this.
Yeah, this is this is so it's kind of amazing to see. I'm a little bit speechless, to be honest with you. This is so like just blatantly like I'm taking this proxy location. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know what to make of the bunker from Milky Cow. And now this Reaper can actually just do some shenanigans over here, because there's nothing that can be done against it. The tech lab is going to finish relatively soon, and probably a second. Oh no, a cyclone. Okay, I was going to say a second tank, but then I realized that it's not going to matter too much. Milky Cow just does the same thing as I expected. Starts producing marines over here. Gonna siege off the tanks and whatnot. So this is kind of an epic. Ooh, and nicely doing the thing where he just lifts the barracks, and one Viking is going to come out, but that's going to take a while until it just destroys this whole barracks, or even make it burn.
Yeah, also takes out the defending tank for Epic. Epic has had to just like lift off and take the forward base. That's I didn't even know you
That's
could.
also new.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could put tanks back here and hit the mineral line. I might try this on ladder.
Yep. This is this is like a super confusing for first and second game. So the whole first series is like purely reactionary. There's no like builds anymore. When we have Macfield Accelerator being researched here, and the first Cyclone just moved across the map, and pretty much Milky Cow can just reign free with this Cyclone because it's going to be in range for everything, but it's going to try to take down as much production as possible, I think, as another dirty game by Milky Cow. GG's called, and wow, that was epic. In the meantime, we had a raid from Mr. Blarg. Thank you very much for raiding the finals as well.
Yeah,
Hope you
thank you
had
very
a
much.
good cast over at your channel, Blarg.
Yeah, that was super dirty from Milky Cow. That's managing to get like right on top of the production, clearing out the mineral line of Epic's main base. Like, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, just putting Epic on the back foot while trying to scrap together something of a production, and mining over at the front, the triangle front base location. So yeah, honestly, that was epic. And not Epic as Epic the player, because sadly Epic the player just didn't have the proper response. But I don't think there was any proper response. Honestly, I have no idea what he should have done.
The only thing I could think of would be to just like go ahead and move the tank forward and start sieging on that factory, maybe. But at the same time, yeah, I mean Milky Cow already had that position taken and had a faster tank, I believe. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. The next match, if I'm not mistaken, should be Trifax versus Nicaract. ZVT. That's pretty much the... we're over at EU, by the way.
Gotcha. Yeah, for those of you just now joining us, welcome to Sniper's Team League. If you could drop a follow or check out the Matcherino page, it'd be much appreciated.
Right, I'll ask for a second. I'll invite you to game, and I'll just close my window. Be right back. Nice. Cosmic Sapphire. I think this is one of the standard maps. One of the largest ones, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's the largest one, to be fair.
I believe it is. Alright, spawning in the top left-hand side of Cosmic Sapphire. Give it up for Nicaract.
And his opponent, with the race that is, for the first time in the series, the Red Zerg, representing CSO eSports. It's Big T, aka Trifax. Kind of like to call him Big T. He's playing some really big matches from time to time, and luckily I'm so glad that he's performing as well. Let's see what he's gonna do. Nickeract is a tough player to beat, to be honest. He's really, really solid. I usually see him in CSO cups and has a decent placing every single time.
Yeah, I'm actually a little unfamiliar with Trifax. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table today. Looks like everybody's going for a standard build. We're not going to see any proxy shenanigans for this game. Maybe a nice little break from the aggression that Milky Cow brought in the first series.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna get a longer than 5 minutes map for the first time in this series. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of keen on casting some more standard stuff as well. It's nice to have some aggression inserted into a series. That's always welcome. But yeah, it's definitely nice to see some standard stuff.
Yeah, this is definitely where I feel most comfortable, to be honest with you. This is where I play most of my games.
Trifax usually goes for Ling Bane, as far as I know, and I think Nickeract is playing Bio, if I'm not mistaken. My memory doesn't trick me.
Yeah,
So
this is actually a really nice map for defending. There's a decent amount of space between the opposing bases, so Trifax should have a lot of opportunities to kind of just play a standard macro game, be a little bit defensive with Ling Bane.
the only thing I think it's bad for Zerg is that the bases are kind of far away from each other. I feel like, um, especially the horizontal base.
Ooh, actually gets the first creep tumor. That's pretty big for Nickeract there.
Oh, that's huge. That's 25 energy out the window without. Well, that's less of an inject. Of course, in the early game, you don't really have the money to spend all that, as far as I know. Um, they say like if you're like a beginner, just don't bother with creep spreading and all that. But yeah, on the highest level, it's super super important.
Yeah, not to mention, like you were saying before, these bases are a little bit far apart for the Zerg player, so it's really imperative to get that creep spread going as soon as possible. And Nickeract delaying that a little bit is going to make it a little bit harder to defend this third base.
I think you need something like 3 tumors, or 1 tumor plus like 2 spreads. Yep, that's
Yep.
going to be the case.
Yeah, Fusion Core on the way now for Nickeract as well. It looks like we're going to see a battlecruiser opening.
I kind of like battlecruiser openings because you can pretty much go wherever you want from there. It's a nice harassing tool, and if the Zerg doesn't really scout it, then I think it can cause a fairly huge surprise. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really curious if Trifax is going to scout it in time. Um, the core finished, so we're waiting for the first battlecruiser.
Yeah, it looks like we have a second starport as well, so maybe we're going to see
Ooh.
double battlecruiser here.
Viking first. He wants to deny the Overlord scouting. This is really, really nice from Nickeract. Thinking about it, and I think at this point we can kind of confirm that we kind of have a mech follow-up, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think you go this many like tech buildings, aka starport or factories.
Yeah, so traditionally, whenever somebody goes for this double battlecruiser opening, the follow-up is going to be, ooh, wow.
Look at that fake. He was faking that it's going to be a Cloak Beshi follow-up. That is huge from Nickeract. This is going to be a surprise. I don't know if Trifax saw the second starport. No, he didn't.
Nope.
He saw the first one and the tech lab upgrading. This is a huge fake from Nickeract. If those first two battle cruisers with Yamato, or without Yamato even, just arrive there, it's going to be crazy from for Nickeract.
Yeah, normally the Zerg's gonna need to defend this. The Zerg's gonna need a Spire, but it looks like Trifax is only taken 3 gases so far. So it looks like there's no thought of actually getting a Spire transition. So these battlecruisers are gonna hit hard.
Yeah, he's going for that lair. It's gonna finish in time to just put down the building. I don't think it's going to be like it's gonna be far away from the time actually the battlecruisers hit. So when the first two battlecruisers are out, let's see if they teleport or just move across the map to save that tactical jump for what? Ooh, they use the tactical jump and they're going to ride between the natural and the fort base.
Yeah, there's a lot of queens here, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to actually bat back both of these battlecruisers. Look at them; they're just tearing the queens apart.
Yeah, and with the Hellions added pressure, this is going to be a hell of a try to defend on the side of Trifax, and there's only 3 queens remaining, so yeah, Trifax is pretty much in dire straits right now, and the queens fall, additional queens are going to pop. There's 4 queens in production, pretty much going to pop at the same time, but Spire is only halfway done, so this is going to be extremely difficult to defend on the side of Trifax. Yamato is finished, 5th base on the way, so that's something okay for Trifax. He has 70 workers, a lot ahead of Nicoract, so I guess something for something. If he can defend while only losing a couple of units, and oh, I was gonna
Oh
say he's gonna
no.
be fine, but battle cruisers 3 and 4 just arrived with the tactical jump in the back of the natural, gonna take out that spore without any issues.
Yeah, going after the Roach Warren immediately. There's only 3 queens here to defend. The mineral line had to be evacuated. Now, there is a fresh base that Trifax can be mining from at the same time. This is just a lot of damage that's occurring. 10 Corruptors just came onto the production tab. That should be enough to deal with these 2 battlecruisers. But if all of the battlecruisers regroup, it's going to be tough for Trifax to really be able to bat them away.
Especially with Yamato. 8 Corruptors are out right now, and that should be enough, to be honest, to take down these 2 battlecruisers. But there's also a Viking on the map, just harassing bit by bit.
Looks like one of the... Oh, there's that target firing!
Yep, this is actually... this is really nice on the side of Nicoract, and I think if those Corruptors fall, there's not going to be anything to deal with these BCs. 5 more on the way, 2 already out. So we have a total of 4 Corruptors on the map. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, Cranial. This is not going to be enough. Trifax needs to get some static D, in my opinion. Because oh wait, hold on. Nicoract is actually just started battlecruiser production once again, but he caught up on workers.
Yeah, Nicoract is looking fairly solid right now, and there's 6 Corruptors, or 7 Corruptors are going to be coming in, but I mean, 4 of them are going to be immediately deleted. There are going to be a couple of queens to try and reinforce. Nice split off there by Nicoract to save one of those battlecruisers. Maybe Trifax has enough here?
I think it's going to have enough with only 2 battlecruisers remaining, and they are just trying to do the most damage possible. And I think this is going to be enough for Nicoract to actually just continue her pressing after he retreated. Okay, he's going to need to just jump away.
And we now have 5 battlecruisers on the field, and they have really paid for themselves so far. Tons of gas loss for Trifax after losing all of those Corruptors. There are 10 currently on the field. Looks like more are going to be on the way, but it looks like Trifax is going to try to go into some kind of Roach transition and try to kind of club Nicoract to death.
Yeah, and look at the upgrades tab. There's no upgrades other than just speed upgrades, respectively, Yamato for the PCs. A lot of upgrades on the way, though. There's Blue Flame, there's vehicle plating, and vehicle weapons. So we're kind of in for a treat here with some mech. This is epic, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Mech is just the underdog every single game, but I kind of enjoy watching it because it's like sometimes it's difficult to pull off. I like how Nicarak just does this. He's going to lose a VC over there, but nothing too bad, honestly.
Yeah, not
Oh,
too bad. And we're also it's not gonna just be normal mech right now. It's gonna be actually a battle mech
yeah, I just
transition here.
realized as well.
Yeah, I mean that
There's
being
3
said
tanks in
though.
production.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
you are right.
and we have smart servos and we have Macfield accelerator as well on the way. And we already
Yeah.
have Inferno pre-igniters, aka Blue Flame. So these Hellions, or if they transform into Hellbats, are going to pack a punch against these biological units.
Yeah, Trifac's trying to get a little bit of damage in where he can, but Nicarak's economy right now is just absolutely booming at 85 workers. It's almost TY-esque.
Yeah, and he had more workers at some point. Like that's pretty much a bad scenario for the Zerg when the Terran has more workers, because you add the mules on top of it and it's just like skyrocketing economy on the side of the Terran.
Yeah,
A couple of
absolutely.
Banelings are morphing. Question
Oh,
is, will these even... Oh, no, no.
no, they will not
Never
see the light
mind.
of day. Could have been a nice little backstab, but Nicarak picks them off pretty quickly. Oh, we actually have 17 worker losses. These battle cruisers have been putting in work while we were looking at the other fight.
Yeah, now the Hellbats are going to enter the fray, and with 2 Cyclones... Actually, maybe the 2... No, the 2 Cyclones are going to survive, and there's 3 tanks sieged up, so... This position is going to be really tough to defend for Trifax. Pretty much gives up this whole position and tries to do something with this Roach Ravager style, which is, I think, at least from what I've seen the most, this is probably the most common response to whatever type of mech the Terran is doing.
Yeah,
Since the mech
it's pretty
army
common.
moves, yeah, the mech army just moves slower, so there's no real need for a like Ling Bane. Ling Bane just dies to this. I feel like.
Yeah, Ling Bane traditionally just kind of dies to battle mech into mech transitions. I'd also like to point out that Nicarak broke off a handful of Hellbats there to take out more of Trifax's economy. He lost like 30 workers there. And he has a lot, well, actually, breaking into the third base now, it looks like they're actually going to cause a little bit of trouble here for Nicarak.
Trifax is desperately trying to max out because we know how it works with mech. Once that 200 mech armies moving across the map, then you're like,
That was
so close. So yeah, as I was saying, once the mech army is just maxed out, then you're basically kind of free to leave the game. But these are a lot of corruptors. Ooh. And if Trifax can just deal with the Force, then kind of has a chance.
Yeah, the problem is that there are a lot of corruptors in the skies right now, and the last battlecruiser just went down, so Nicarak is free to kind of transition to a ground army, while Trifax has a kind of... I don't want to say worthless, because they could be turned into broodlords, but, I mean, they're kind of dead weight right now.
Well, I was just going to say that I'll pull off my favorite pig casting line. The corruptors just fly over a base, just unzip and start pissing on top of that that command center.
Yeah, maybe I spoke a little bit too soon there.
It was a nice deny, honestly, and there's enough corruptors that they don't really go down to turrets fast enough to just denying bases is really nice. The problem is that Trifax is losing his economy pretty much left, right, and center. 18 more drones went down. I think that's a total of 55. Yep, exactly 55 drones went down. Ooh, and look at that desperate repair here. That's not going to be enough. That command center is dying slowly but surely. I don't know. There's nothing you can do against these corruptors, I feel like.
Yeah, not right now.
There are
There's
couple
not a
of them.
big enough Thor count, really.
How many Thors? We have only 2 Thors, 8 Hellbats, and 11 tanks. Those 11 tanks are kind of scary, not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's really not enough of a ground army for Trifax to deal with these, to be honest with you. Unless he can get like the jump on them. Well, like he's gonna go ahead and take out these Thors here with a little bit of a counter attack. A couple of tanks are gonna be caught out in the open as well. Oh no.
Tanks are not sieged here, so all the tanks are just now sieging. He needs to get some corrosive vials on top of those tanks. Takes out one more, but the Hellbats are just going to try and go for a counter push here. Takes out a couple of them. And these corruptors are just pissing all over Nicorak's base. And
Wow.
GG's called.
I gotta be honest with you, I thought Nicorect had that in the bag with as many backstabs as he was doing, but Trifax just kind of held the line and actually made something out of this game. That was rather impressive.
Do you think this was an early exit from Nicoract?
Well, he is down a rather large chunk of supply, and it's hard to remake some of those really expensive mech units. They take forever to produce as well. So I don't think it was actually an early leave. I think Trifax just really handled the game situation well.
Yep. Okay, I'll ask for a couple seconds of break. Be right back.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we have a little bit of downtime here. Just want to, once again, ask for, let's get some follows here on the Sniper StarCraft League channel. Be much appreciated. We're trying to push this channel to affiliate. And also check out the Matcherino link if you have a chance. Go ahead and help support some grassroots StarCraft. Any support is much appreciated. All right, and with that, we'll hop into the next game, spawning in the bottom left-hand side of Waterfall. It is going to be Nicorect. And with the fantastic reversal in the last game, representing CSO, it is Trifax. We already have an SCV making its way downtown, it seems like. This is a bit of a smaller map. I do expect a bit of an aggression. Oh, yeah, here we go. We're going to have a, looks like a Proxy 2 racks here. Going to be pumping out a few Marines here early on, but Trifax is going to spot it basically immediately. It's a very
What
common...
did I just come back to?
Proxy stuff.
What did I just arrive to?
Nicorect trying to put some numbers on the board.
And Trifax just spots it, and it's gonna spot the second Rax. I think, yeah, he's already pulling some drones here. Oh, only 2, so it's gonna go for the SCVs.
Yeah.
I think he can get at least one of them.
Actually,
like.
Nicorect's getting some really nice SCV RNG there. One of the few instances of RNG that you can see in StarCraft 2 is that SCV positioning. Oh, I think he's going to get these up. Wow.
Is he? Trifax is doing his best to just actually deny this second Rax, and if he just gets this SCV, then he's gonna have the time of his life with only a single Rax popping up, but he's gonna let it finish because he doesn't want to lose too many drones. The pool is going to finish, so it's going to be mighty tough. There's a single SCV, so it's gonna be tough to build bunkers, but there's another SCV as I suspected. I think once the queens are out, Trifax is going to be fine.
It depends on if that bunker finishes before the queen. I mean, that's a fresh SCV that just got pulled. Oh, all of the drones are going to get pulled
Trifax. Here. Yeah, Trifax is just committed to defending this. And
I mean,
the Lynx are going to go
call.
for that that SCV, and I think, can Nicorect play from this point on?
He did already take 2 gases, and this is a lot of denied mining time, but at the same time, Trifax could probably just like go across the map with the Lings, maybe? We're still building Marines out of these proxy barracks. No, this is going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, he needs to just get some pressure here, but I don't think there's going to be any pressure whatsoever at this point. Nicaract is on the back foot, and I don't know if you mentioned this, but this is like this is match point for CSO.
Oh, actually, I did not mention that. Nicaract is actually feeling a little bit panicked here. He's going to go ahead and put down the extra supply depot here. Trifax is going to hit the wall. See that there's not really much he can do. He might be able to break down one of these supply depots if Nicaract decides not to pull a couple extra SCVs.
He has to.
Yeah.
He has to. That's just the one saving grace here for Nicaract. Trying to just burn some of... I mean, for Trifax, it's also a saving grace because he burns some of the minerals of Nicaract. And these situations, I think those couple extra minerals can matter a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Here, this is basically top league StarCraft. This is where every single mineral counts.
Let's see if the Nicaract can actually just make a game out of this. Trifax is already getting the 3rd hatch. Just started it. And link speed on the way. As well as 1 more queen. So currently I think we have the 3rd queen on the way. There's not a lot of mining going on here. Not too big of a worker advantage for Trifax, I'll be honest with you. He made a lot of links.
Yeah, I was going to say he did burn a lot of larvae there to just kind of harass the wall a little bit.
11 links went down. That could have been 5 drones, 6 drones to be exact.
Well, he's going to lose his Overlord too. He's going to hit a little bit of a supply block here.
Yeah, not for long, I guess. 2 Overlords on the way, and speed is going to finish. Oh, but look at that. There's a Liberator on the way, so Nicaract has to buy time. That's going to be his tactic, I believe, over here. What do you think Nicaract needs to do to get back into this game?
I mean, he really needs to keep Trifax on his side of the map. As long as he's pressuring with these Hellions and getting a little bit of damage done with the Liberator, as long as Trifax is having to pay attention to those things, I think he can stand a chance. But that being said, I don't think he's really going for any kind of economic advantage at this point. We're going straight into a 3-1-1 before the 3rd CC, so Nicaract's going to look to put on a little bit more aggression in the near future.
And actually, Trifax is going for that good old trusty Ling Bane. Maybe expecting some kind of expecting that type of aggression. Tries to read the play.
Ooh, Liberator's actually getting some work done here. Having to pull off the mineral line and getting some shots off on the Queen. That's kind of a big deal.
And Trifax just getting a full scout in Nicaract's main base. Nicaract did not pay attention to the Overlord, just cruising through. Slow Overlord. Kind of unlucky on the side of Nicaract, in my opinion. Liberator is going to go down, so that's the only harassment tool. Actually, not the only one. These 3 Hellions, I don't think they're going to do too much.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of links. Oh, and they're gonna make the surround here, at least on 2 of those Hellions. One of them goes down already. The second one is going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna basically relieve a lot of pressure off of Trifax. He's gonna be able to macro up here, and this is kind of a scary army. Stim is done. We have a couple of tanks, but I think Trifax should be okay as long as Nicaract doesn't get like the perfect tank setup.
And let's be honest, Waterfall is actually infamous about that perfect tank setup.
Yeah, these are a little bit out in the open.
Oh, that's on creep as well. That was kind of ambitious on the side of Nicaract, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is
going to lose a lot of things.
Yeah, GG's going to be called.
Wow. Trifax just playing extremely solid here. And I am not sure if that means that this is the end, because that's like 4-0 in terms of map score.
I I'm actually not sure, to be honest with you. I do think that CSO now, yeah, I'm pretty sure CSO now has it in the bag.
Okay, all the games need to be played uh, as per Sniper. I remember him saying that as well. So basically, we're going to play it through. I'm kind of excited for Yakov versus Namshar. It's going to be a ZVZ.
Ooh, CVZ is definitely one of those scary matchups.
Okay,
Absolutely, kind of that.
Yakov's asking for 4 minutes. Sorry to interrupt you. Um, so just letting the viewers know that we're going to have a tiny bit of break here. So yeah, sorry, Cranial.
Oh, no problem,
Go
no
on.
problem. I actually lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Uh,
I,
ZVZ. We were talking about the ZVZ matchup.
oh yeah, it's definitely one of those very aggressive matchups. Kind of, you don't really expect them to go very long.
Yeah. Honestly, in my opinion, ZVZ is like you wake up and you're like, I put my left leg down on the floor first, and I'm going 13-12. If I put my right leg first, then I'm gonna go only like pool first.
See, in my
It's
experience, it's like you wake up and just immediately choose violence for the day.
yeah. So playing ZVZ is like choosing violence all the way through
Pretty
since the
much,
beginning of
yeah.
your day.
You've chosen to we're gonna go all out today.
Yeah. It's like you play TVT, you're signing up for like a turn-based RTS experience. You play PvP. You just went to the lottery, you bought the ticket, and you're like sitting in front of the TV and just looking at the numbers, and you're like, and you're wondering why there's no numbers, but it says like proxy DT,
You
proxy
signed up for the
robo,
yeah.
proxy gate, proxy pylon. These are the numbers.
Oh, come on, disruptor! Come on, disruptor! Come on, disruptor!
Yeah. And with DBZ is like you just woke up and you called the boxing club in your town, and you're like okay, I have never done boxing. Please give me the toughest opponent that you can give me. Violence
Yep,
all the way.
absolutely. It's it's more like you go to the boxing ring. It's just like, I've never boxed before. Send me everybody. I'm gonna fight all of you today. It is a very fun matchup to cast, though.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of small things. I mean, just overdroning by even one drone can be devastating. You don't
Oh
really
yeah,
want some loose links in your base, like none of those.
it's just you're
It's
down
like you
one
saw.
baneling and it's just like the game's over.
Oh, you just talk about bailings, yeah. Just remember, you're like your opponent sending one bailing accidentally, and you're like accidentally walking over a bailing,
Yep,
or it just trying to surround a bailing with a couple of links, and it just finishes morphing and is like bye bye links. Now I have
yep.
10 links advantage.
See, I whenever I play ZVZ, which isn't often, I play the coward's way and I just go straight for roaches because I can't deal with the anxiety that is Ling Bane Wars.
Uh, I mean, I have like I'm not too high MMR, let's be honest, but even when I play Zerg and I get a ZVZ, I'm like, okay, what's the fastest way to tech up the roaches?
Yeah. Or alternatively, it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna rush straight to lurker, and I'm just gonna let my opponent fall on me. That's all I'm gonna do because I know that, because I play Zerg at like a platinum level, so I'm just like, okay, if I can make lurkers, then they're just gonna walk roaches into it, and I'll be fine.
I think that's exactly what I play. Platinum 3, I think I barely have a Platinum Zerg. I wish the MMR wasn't the only thing that we got, but the medals were right, because at this point you're like, you got these things like bronzes from the bottom to like 2900 or something like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're like, sometimes it's gonna give you silver in the middle, sometimes it's gonna give you gold, you never know. Maybe it doesn't even give you platinum, but diamond is the only one that you hit diamond. I feel like when I first hit gold, I was super excited. When I hit
Mm-hmm.
platinum, I was stoked. When I hit diamond, I was skyrocketing my ambition. And when I started playing diamond games, I'm like, aha, okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing. My opponents are beating on me like they were GMs. And I was like looking at the manual, and I just forgot that. Oh wait, hold on. There's a huge jump in skill at diamond. It's like
Mm-hmm.
straight up the Himalaya Mount peak.
No, yeah, it seems like I had a similar experience whenever I got into diamond, it was just like, oh, so my opponents actually have build orders and crisp timings, and they actually get their upgrades. So I actually have to try hard now. Oh my god.
And you're like, Blizzard. Wait, I did not sign up for this. I mean, I did sign up for this, but not this fast.
No, yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's the Dunning Kruger effect. I think that's what it's called. When you're like, the more you know, the less you understand, or the more you know it exists beyond that.
Oh no, when I was in like Silver League, I thought I was like the bee's knees. I'm just like, oh yeah, I just got out of Bronze League. I know everything there is to know about this game, and now that I'm in Diamond, I'm just like, I don't know anything about this game.
And people saying like, "Oh, just go for masters." And I'm like, "Why?" So I know even less about it.
Yeah. Well, you even get people like Cyril that, whenever you hear his interviews, it's just like, oh, I didn't know that this was going to be a thing, and I could have done this a little bit better. I'm just like, what are you talking about, Cyril? You're the top of the top. What? You mean you have stuff to improve on too? I'm never going to finish improving.
Yeah, and then Cyril's like at the top, and he's like, you check his win rates, and he's like 70+% win rates in each matchup, and you're like, damn, son,
Yeah.
what in the damn hell were you doing? And that guy is
I'm
like
yeah.
not playing too many ladder games on his main, I
Oh
feel
no.
like.
No, no, no. That's the thing, is that you always have an alt account that you ladder on.
That's true. You want to keep the image at the top. Also, it's just like you rarely get opponents. I mean, imagine you lose to some dumb stuff from like a 5k, sorry, 5.5 for example,
Mhm.
and you lose like 100 points. I think if you worked your way, so you get like, I don't know, 5 to 6 points at the end because you're number one, or even less. I don't know how much Zero can get for a ladder game, and you lose like 20 to 30 to even 50 points. I don't know. I think if my goal was to just show off my MMR as rank one, I would lose every single brain cell when I just lose to something dumb.
I mean, yeah. It, it I don't know. It always feels like there's like this heavy emphasis on MMR, and it's just like,
Oh, it's definitely a thing that everyone cares about.
yeah, it's
Um,
it's one of those things that like we love to tell ourselves that we don't care about it, but every time the number goes down, it's just like, oh, All right, that feels really bad.
You're like, oh, I don't care about my main account's MMR, and you lose like 5 games in a row, and like, you know what? I just remembered I wanted to rank up that other account. You know?
Yep. No, you always ladder on the lower ranked account, always. So that way there's no pressure. You're
And
always at your peak.
you're like, yeah, you know, I just play ladder on this one because you know, I have to get it on the same level as my mate. Yada yada yada, and other lies as well.
Yeah, we're still waiting on one of our players to get in here. Thank you guys for
Hmm.
holding with us. If you have an opportunity, definitely drop a follow and check out that Matcherino link. Help support some grassroots StarCraft.
Yeah, and don't forget that we have some partners as well. Let me just get this straight over here. Actually, I know them from like the back of my hand, to be honest. Um, Not definitely not because I had to come up with something. So yeah, you know, people try to be like cool, like, oh, I'm drinking like you know, Monster Energy, or I'm drinking like a Red Bull or something, and they're sponsoring me and all that stuff. You know what? Just be a freaking gamer. Let go of Red Bull and all that stuff. You know what's cool? Drink poggers. And as far as I know, if I look at the partners, there's a real code there. You can use SSL30 to get a nice discount. And yeah, as the slogan says, quit lurking, drink poggers. And of course, we have LucidSound as well. You can use the promo code StarCraft to receive 5% off every purchase. So yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
those two partners
yeah.
for
Most of
helping.
all, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, most of all, thank you for just tuning in and watching. It's always a pleasure to see StarCraft fans.
I mean, there's 18 of them, including us as well. Okay, Yakov is here.
Yeah, it looks
Okay,
like
so we have. Do we have the Stargazers, Data Sea, and what else do we have? We
Tropical
had Waterfall,
Sacrifice.
Cosmic, and Tropical Sacrifice. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be more of a friendly series here since we're technically all done with the tournament. So it'll be nice to see Namshar and young Yakov just take a couple swings at each other. Friendly StarCraft 2 games.
Yeah, and both of these players are above 6K. I believe Yakov is above 6K as well. Um, I think most notably the one, I think, proudest moment that I had in my casting career, so to say, is when Yakov took down Christianer in CSO Cup number 50. That was like a really nice set of games. Uh, can't recall what the final score was, but Yakov was doing some really aggressive builds. He's on top of his micro and all that. Let's just share. Okay, there's the invite, and I'll just share the lobby here so you can join. Nice.
Thank you.
And Data C, my favorite map from the map pool in terms of looks and design. I think it's really cool that we have another underwater map.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is probably my favorite map of the season, but then again, I'm very much biased as a Terran player because of all of the nice little chokes, the nice compact base locations.
Also, since you are a Terran, I have to ask you your honest opinion. Some people say this is true, some people say that it's not. Do you feel like this map pool this season is favoring Terrans a bit more. Do you think this is a Terran map pool?
That's a good question. Uh, I think so. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
I mean,
My
I,
win
I,
rate
I
my
just
win
need
rate
your
doesn't
honest
reflect that though.
I mean, it's up to your personal experience, because that's what I'm asking for.
I
Not
think
like.
it is a I think it is a bit it is probably a bit Terran favored compared to some previous map pools. There's a lot of kind of choky areas and places that Terrans just absolutely love to fight in. Now, granted, there are a couple of maps that are a bit weird for Terran, but I am in love with a lot of the siege positions.
I feel like whenever I play Terran, uh, my Terran is the weakest, but I feel like I have a bit more comfortable time playing these maps, because there's, as you said, a lot of good siege positions, and I'm not really into this Widow Mine stuff and all that, so yeah. But just to talk about this game, okay, would you do the honors for this first map?
Absolutely. Spawning here in the bottom left-hand side of Data C, playing for PSIStorm Gaming, give it up for Namshar.
And his opponent, with a bit of a Rotty accent. In the top right side, we have the CSO eSports player, the blue Zerg with the blue drones. It's going to be Young Yakov. I
Identical
just
build
love
orders
Rotty,
too.
man.
Oh, Ruddy's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I just love every single piece of work that he does. It's epic.
Oh, he's been putting in a lot for the StarCraft 2 scene recently. I'm very impressed with his work ethic there.
Yep, that's true. And you mentioned the identical build orders, so I'm really curious where will be the first deviation from the build. I don't think I've seen a more peaceful ZVZ like ever.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the first deviation of young Yakov making one set of lings, while Namshar's decided to go ahead and drone up here. I mean, in fairness, like these two players are very high level. They're showing each other a lot of respect, not just cheesing each other out immediately. So I don't. This is definitely the most peaceful game of ZVZ I've ever seen.
To be honest, well, actually the Trifax Nicaract set was also peaceful in the beginning, but I was kind of just going ahead and calling this the most peaceful series of tonight's matchup. Well, tonight's. I guess it's just the middle of the day for you, but you get what I mean.
That's close enough to night. We'll call it night.
Yeah. Well, it's already. Ooh, it's already quarter past 11 for me.
Oh man.
Closer to midnight than I would like to.
That's rough
But
for the
yeah,
European scene, huh?
it's. I mean, it's a Saturday, so I'm not really planning to go to bed and all that. So
There you go.
it's
Yeah.
really nice to have like something to cast.
Oh,
And we see
absolutely.
the first few Bailings just morphing. A couple of them just go down in the middle of a morphing phase. And now young Yakov's third base is kind of in danger. We also have a Roachworm follow-up, so this is going to be super aggressive. A couple of links come out on the side of Yakov, and have a couple of Bailings just detonating into only 2 to 3 links, one to 2 to maybe 3 links. Not the best trades, in my opinion.
Yeah, also losing that third base is a bit challenging for young Yakov here. And his Roach Warren's going to be a little bit later. Yeah, Namchar's just going for a big Roach follow-up by the looks of things.
Are you familiar with the big Chad Kevin de Koning, aka Hearthstone?
Oh, yeah,
He has
absolutely.
a famous line. It goes something like this: "This ain't it, boys."
This
So
ain't,
that
yeah, this
that's
ain't it,
what
boys.
yeah, that's what I think young Yakov is thinking about right now. Losing that third base was kind of painful, but they are going to go into a Roach versus Roach battle. Bailing Nest is coming a bit later, but coming nonetheless other side of Namshar. I really like that they are going for identical compositions and identical tech after some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to play out. I'm pretty sure Namshar is going to have a much higher roach count, but Young Yakov will have +1, so that is going to factor in here whenever Namshar gets across the map. That being said,
Question is, yeah, when is he attacking?
oh, actually, Namshar has double the roaches. I'm not.
Oh, that's
yeah.
going to be tough to defend for Yakov, but he has the defender's advantage, so has a bit of minerals to spend here. See if he has a larva. He has 8 larvae. Okay, spends all the larvae pretty much. Gets a couple of lings and a couple of roaches as well. And this is going to be mighty tough to defend. Yakov at least needs to keep his base alive until the extra larva gets out. So he has that extra production, but this is going to be mighty tough. I'm not sure if Yakov has enough here. He doesn't have +1 finished already, so yet, sorry.
I think this is going to be a Namshar win. Yeah, no, Namshar's going to back off.
Yeah, no, Namshar's roach count just plummeted a bit here. Starting to reproduce some of those, but look at that. Yakov is just droning without any fear. The problem is for Yakov is that Namshar is mining from this third base for a long time. Has it saturated in terms of minerals, and now Yakov is going to be aware of this.
Yeah, remember how we said that this was going to be a peaceful match?
Yeah, just trash that.
yeah. Just like ignore what we said at like the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're delusional. Like
Absolutely.
we forgot for a moment that we're having a ZVZ here.
Just like we just thought like maybe we're gonna get to see some of this late game tech.
I think the patience just ended. You know, there's that Warcraft 3 line from the Death Knight for the undead.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, that's a bummer. So there's the hero, the Death Knight, which says, "My patience has ended." That's pretty much what happens here.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Right, so it looks like we actually yeah, I think the game is pretty much normalized from here. Young Yakov's going to be up.
Oh, never mind. Here we go again. Why are we even talking now?
Why did we say anything? We shouldn't. You just at this point, just let the roaches talk for us.
Yeah, and this is going to be tough to defend for Namshar because doesn't have +1, and well, he has 4 more roaches. No, actually, belay that. It's
I mean, the
Ravagers for Yakov.
Yeah, I mean the Ravagers should. Oh, we do have a bit of a Ling backstab here. Let's see if they're going to be able to get any damage done while young Yakov moves the roaches into a better position. Oh no!
Spreads a couple of links to the natural as well as the main, so. Oh, it's only 2 links, but it's going to keep that Ravager busy, which is actually really good for Yakov.
Yeah, he's actually regrouping all of his roaches.
Yeah, and surprisingly, the income in terms of minerals is like 200 to 300 more for Yakov. Oh, not anymore. So these 2 players are just going head to head in this first game. Cranial. This has been so far a rather peaceful and action-packed as well.
Oh, we're still going to go with the peaceful narrative?
Well, compared to most ZVZs, where you don't even get to the 5th minute mark.
That's fair.
You just ended at like 2 to 3 minutes. It's like, oh, I made 1 set of links less than my opponent. Okay, I lost.
Ooh, Namshar actually biling himself there a little bit. And it looks like young Yakov's going to get the advantage here on the right side, maybe? Oh no, Namshar's actually coming in for a bit of a pincer. Really nice concave coming out of Namshar here. Oh,
nice dodges on the side of Yakov. Ooh, oh, snipes down that Overlord. Biles it 1 time, so Yakov is going to have some kind of advantage here with the burrow. I feel like. Do we have? Yep, we have Tunnel Claws on the way. It's going to finish in 10 seconds. We have +2 missile attacks. Namshar has its own. Starts Tunnel Claws and burrow, but that's going to be a bit later than Yakov's. So we're gonna see some Tunnel Claws roaches.
It looks like Namshar actually. Oh nope, he might have seen them.
There's no
Not.
spores on the map. There's no overseers, as far as I know. We have a lair on both sides, so overseers morphing could be a thing. Ooh, nicely done by Yakov. Saves 2 of those roaches, and now Namshar just realizes that Yakov has has its own finish, and now there's an overseer finished.
Breaking off a few more roaches there. It feels like young Yakov is actually kind of picking Namshar apart here with the burrowed roaches. Not really getting a lot done on the front, but I mean, just pulling Namshar's attention apart little by little.
Yeah, it's this is what common claws are for, in my opinion. This bit of annoying stuff. Even just burrowing them and just messing with the AI. It's like really nice. Just it's basically a static blink, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
You just if there's no overseer, then you can just basically um, draw the AI's attention away from the damage roaches. Just burrow it.
Yeah, I would like to point out that young Yakov is actually already going for a hive and a lurker den, so this is going to probably slow down just a little bit here in a minute, if young Yakov can survive this attack. Which looks like it's going to be highly likely.
Nice splits on the side of Yakov. I just love how he did that split. Was looking super clean. A couple of changelings. And it's interesting that it's literally lings. A couple of changelings are going to go in. And oh, there's the Tunnel Claw roaches on the side of Namshar as well. Let's see who is going to be more annoying. There's a bit of clap in the middle of the map. But they're just trying to trade biles. Biles for biles. That's not a lot of roaches, ravagers on the side of Yakov. A lot less than on the side of Namshar. I'm not sure if this is going to be good for Namshar. Those ravagers are not as tanky as the roaches. Don't do as much damage as the roaches. And Yakov is going to have +2 carapace. So if he dodges the biles, he's going to be perfectly fine. Oh, was that a snipe on the egg?
I think it was, yeah.
Wow, what a giga Chad. Just snipes. This biles the egg is like, whatever you were morphing, say goodbye to it.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that Namshar actually split off some burrowed roaches, managed to get a snipe on that third base location, and then burrowed them away. So that's really impressive out of Namshar.
Yeah, that's a win in itself. Now Yakov's natural is going to be under fire and gonna lose a lot of workers over there. Honestly, in this situation, I would just burrow the workers, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no overseer over here.
Yeah, just force Namshar to just go for like a couple of extra overseers, or just split off one of these.
Yeah, I
Look
feel
at
like
that. There's upgrades for the lurkers. There's already a lurker out here. Silent Spines is going to be the first upgrade that's going to finish rather fast. Lurker Tech is not out yet on the side of Namshar.
yeah, I
We
think
have
what
Hive.
he does have hive. I think what he really needs to do here is just like if he can get just a couple lurkers and stabilize. Oh wow, he actually lost 2 bases. I didn't even realize he lost that 4th base. I'm not liking
kind of painful.
his. Yeah, I'm not liking his position here. He does have the lurkers, so he might be able to stabilize, but I mean, he's taken rather hefty losses.
Yeah. Once again, I think Yakov is just feeling the Hearthstone line here,
Yeah, this ain't it, boys.
saying it. Or the other one when he's like, "Oh, this went so terrible for me."
Oh yeah. I should have won this. This went so terrible.
And he's like, "Oh, I love my position here," and have that. "Oh, I hate my positions after all." Oh, it's
What?
epic.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty scary army coming out here from young Yakov. The Seismic Spines is done, but Namshar does have his own lurkers. Oh!
Yeah, 4 lurkers already done. He has 2 vipers as well, so for whoever's tuning here in here, we have these extra matches due to the map score submission. So CSO already won the match 4-0, but we're just playing these out. Sniper asked us to cast these and let these be played out. And this one is actually only the first map, so kind of epic, to be honest, that this is only the first map and it's a ZBZ and we're at 60 minutes.
I mean, it looks like there's some stuff. Yeah, it looks like there's some stuff going on in young Yakov's main base. It looks like a couple of roaches managed to sneak in there, but he's doing some rather significant damage here in Namshar's third base.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty much one hatchery down, but that's pretty much it, because these lurkers are going to get harpooned in, so I still feel like the Vipers are really crucial in every matchup. At least that's what it feels like.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Whether
Hydra
it's
Lurker Viper is like the premier ZVZ. Well, like, once you get to the late game, that is what you want as a Zerg player.
Oh, when you talk about the late game, I just remember I am Katowice, Rainer versus Dark. I think it was the last
yeah.
game 5, if I'm not mistaken, and they were like sitting on. And guess what? That was 2K atmospheres.
Yep.
The other, the former underwater map. And I just remember just sitting on my toes like, come on, Raider! Yes, one more harpoon! One more harpoon! Nicely done!
I mean, this match is actually kind of reminiscent of that, to be honest with you. We're getting a lot of nice positioning coming out of Namshar here. Young Yakov trying to push in where he can. Lots of Viper yoinks. Ooh, actually manages to catch. Well, managed to catch one of Namshar's Vipers. Well, he did. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any more Hydras left.
Yeah, not having the Hydras. And if you just look at the units lost, oh my god, that's a lot of resources lost. Favoring a tiny bit, favoring young Yakov just a tiny bit. It's amazing how many. I don't feel like that many resources were lost, to be honest.
I mean, they've been slugging it out this entire match. Is not. I don't find it super surprising, to be honest with you. They've been just at each other's throats for the most part.
Yeah, but 33,000 minerals and like 11K gas.
Wow. Yeah, it is definitely a shocking amount. Oh, we do have a little bit of a burrow roach move happening once again. I think young Yakov is trying to bleed off maybe some of these roaches so he can get in some of those more high-tech units.
Yeah, the problem is the roach scaling is kind of exponential. The more goes on, the worse they get. Pretty much, in my opinion. Except if your opponent goes for the same thing. But Namshar here has upgrade advantage. He has a 2 upgrade advantage. Both players have the same worker and army supply count, pretty much.
Yeah, young Yakov also going for that Nidus network, which is going to increase his mobility basically exponentially.
Yeah, I wonder, you can just send a couple of links in, or just put it somewhere near their base, and that's pretty much going to help a lot.
Yeah, more Viper yoinks going down. A couple Vipers were lost. Looks like Namshar lost a couple of Lurkers as well, but he's going to hold this position. All right, we do have the Nidus Swarm coming up on Namshar's fourth base, so this is going to be
Yeah, the queen
I
is
think this is
not
going to
in
be base trade.
range. Yeah, the queen was not in range, and now Yakov can just pack everything into that Nidus network and just get out. A couple of lookers will come out at this fourth base location, or sorry, third base rather, I guess. And I don't know who's ahead at this point, honestly, Prinio.
I think Namshar might have this. His bird lurker's just everywhere. I think Namshar has this. He's been doing significantly more damage, and I think no, actually, Young Yakov has slightly better mining. Oh yeah, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. This is such a crazy match.
Yeah, and this is only game one. Once again,
Yeah.
we have to mention that.
And we do have a maxed out Namshar here. Young Yakov adding in some more Hydras.
Yeah, he has no anti-air for the Vipers. He can just harpoon the Vipers, but nothing to snipe it with. Unless you just pre-position some bios and just nail it perfectly with a harpoon. Just abduct it into the bios as they land. That would be epic. It's like a lot of mats to be calculated. Something which we will not do because we're on stream. That's rule number one. Never do mats on stream. Based
Yeah,
on
for
true story, by the way.
every time you do math on stream, you're gonna be wrong every single time. Like I could sit here and say like 1 + 1 = 2, and somehow, some way, math changes, and all of a sudden it's now equal to like 3 or 1 or something stupid like that. It's just like, well, I shouldn't have even tried.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, another Nidus Swarm coming up here.
Yeah, Yakov is just trying to make something out of this, and the Hydras are going to fight those roaches, and this is just like a bait, honestly. There was some lost mining time, but honestly, does it even matter, I wonder?
I think it would have been better if Young Yakov were to like move his army in for like a killing blow or something, but he kind of moved his army back, and really it didn't do much for him. I think he killed like a couple workers, that's it.
Yep. And now Namshar has a couple of workers less, that's true. And they have the same amount of hatcheries on the map. No new hatcheries are being produced, so I'm really curious
Ooh, nice
which
little...
player will crumble. Yeah, nice harpoons there. I think this is going to go down towards the patience route. Whoever has the more patient mindset and just patient gameplay will win this first game.
Ooh, Blinding Cloud's basically everywhere on both sides. But Young Yakov is going to lose his base. I have no idea. They're just clouds.
Yeah, we're like casters are screaming like, Blizzard, put a name tag on it!
Yeah, please color the Blinding Clouds.
It's like players have to type out in chat like the one 6.5 units away from this and that building is my blinding cloud, and they start arguing that nope, this is mine, nope, that's mine. Speaking of what's whose is, this is kind of an interesting fight. If the lurkers get cleaned up, I think most of that siege damage is going to be lost on the side of Namshar. But again, this is a solid position for Namshar. It's going to snipe one more lurker, and I think there's one more lurker left on the side of Yakov. Yep, there's 4 lurkers burrowed somewhere on the side of Namshar.
I mean, at this point, Namshar has doubled the supply of Young Yakov. I think he has it. GG's going to be called.
Yeah, GG is called from Yakov, and Namshar takes game number 1. Finally, after like, what, 20 minutes? We finally got our first victory for PSIStorm Gaming. Ooh, almost 35 minutes.
Yeah, at least it's not
Okay,
going to
so we
be...
move to
It's
NA.
not going to be a complete stomp.
Yeah, we'll move to NA. That's what Namshar asked before, so I'll just join the lobby and I'll have to run to the bathroom once again. I chugged down a lot of water.
Yep, I think I'll go ahead and take a quick break as well. All right, guys, we will be back in just a second. Remember, definitely drop a follow if you can. Check out some of our sponsors and check out that Matcherino link if you have an opportunity. We will be back in just a second. All right, we are back.
Yep, definitely. All right, one more map remain. Let's see if it's going to be Stargazers or Tropical Sacrifice. Honestly, I wish for Stargazers. I'm just curious what ZVZ would look like on Stargazers.
I mean, I would love to see Stargazers, but I'd be willing to bet it's going to be Tropical Sacrifice.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Like,
Okay.
Stargazers is one of those maps that like
Oh,
it kind of elicits a different style of play.
no, it's tropical. It's going to be tropical. So, yeah. I think we're going to. Yeah, I'm going to be rehosting this. Oh, US Central would have been much better. Only 140 ping on that. So, no, that's something. Whenever we play a game, oh, hold on, Eastern US East 240. Now I'm going to feel the pain of our founders who are playing from South Africa, you know,
Oh yeah.
and they're playing on 200 ping every single time, pretty much. And
Yeah, I
I'm
feel like
like,
at that point you're
damn.
just yeah.
And trust me, this is a great example when we're playing Valorant, and people are like, "Oh, why are you just playing on 200 ping?" And they play better than those people who are asking.
Yep. All right, spawning in the bottom left-hand side of Tropical Sacrifice. It's going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Damshar.
And his opponent once again in the top right side, it's going to be the Blue Zerg representing CSO eSports. It's Young Yakov. Both players spamming with like 3 to 600 APM. Pretty nice early warm up for the fingers.
Oh
And look
yeah.
at that. Yakov is like, okay, we had our show match, 25 minutes. We already won. I just want to end this quickly.
I don't want another 25-minute long ZVZ. Let's go.
Okay, there we go. 3 sets of links, and I believe we're going to see the natural going down. Yep, there we go. So 6 links are going to be sent across the map. Let's see if the Overlord is going to be able to spot it, or Yakov just decides to send them towards a
Yeah.
different path than the auto pathing, but
No, it looks like he's just gonna go for it.
it's going to be enough. Yeah, it's going to show his hand. It's like, I'm not afraid. I believe in myself.
Yeah, so far not really much of a response out of Namshar. Be interesting to see what he does in response to this. I don't think there's really much he can do right now.
Yeah, there's no pool finish, and now only 2 sets of links. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there we go.
Extra 2 sets of links. And the 2 queens on the way, while the first queen is going to be out on the side of Yakov. And this is, I'm not sure if this is necessary, Crinio. This is a lot of lost mining time and a lot of damage on these drones. A couple might go down. I'm really, really curious how this is going to unfold.
Yeah, I mean, Namshar's micro on these drones is not bad at all. He hasn't lost, he's only lost 2 so far, and the links are going to be out to clean most of this up. Queen's going to be out, this is over.
Yeah, and Yakov is just droning up at this point. Just trying to saturate that base. This is not bad from Yakov either. Caused a bit of chaos and still almost equaling workers.
Yeah, he did delay a little bit of mining time, but I'm actually not sure who would be ahead here macro-wise.
Well, since there's 3 queens already out, that means there's going to be a proper inject, and Yakov just having a bit of a worker lead. I believe that's going to be him that's ahead. But still, income-wise, it's almost the same. So it's really close.
Yeah, Namshar actually took his queens off creep to snipe one of those overlords, which I feel like is actually a decent call. Supply blocking young Yakov there for just a second.
It's like, pesky overlord, I told you not to peek.
Oh, we have a massive Ling counter attack here. Speed is about to finish up. Yeah, young Yakov is only about halfway done on speed, and the Roach Warren isn't quite done. Let's see if the wall's gonna hold.
There's actually no not enough links here to defend, and he needs to transfuse these queens. Ooh, nice transfuse. He uses both transfuses to give it up to full HP. I think that was a waste because he'll need one more transfuse. Oh, that's big. He had to cancel there to save every single mineral. I think he's going to hold. Wow, this is really a back and forth game.
Yeah,
And
it does.
once those links come out, it's going to be a bit of advantage on the side of Yakov, but you know you don't really want to attack into Zerg that has defender's advantage.
Oh, absolutely.
Now
Yeah,
I'm confused who's ahead. I think Namshar is ahead.
I'm
The
pretty sure
worker lead.
Namshar is. Yeah, he has a significant worker lead. He's also expanding behind this, but young Yakov's going to have better tech here in just a second, I believe. Roach Warren just finished up. Baneliness not too far behind. Young Yakov actually has a much superior army.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tech into roaches. I mean, tagged into roaches is going to produce those. And he also has a baneliness, so
Yeah, he's actually switching into melee upgrades. I think the Roachhorn might be a bit of a bait here. Ooh,
I think
big.
it's just like a safety. Oh,
Yeah.
This is a big counterattack. Oh, maybe
Oh.
the connections? Nope, no connections on the Balings.
Oh,
Oh, this
Namshar
is
actually gets
big.
in on the other side of the map, while Young Yakov's actually stuck at the wall of Namshar's base. It looks like the Queens are going to be taken out here. What's going on over on this side? Yeah, it looks like Namshar is actually going to be able to successfully hold and wall this off.
Was Namshar a Protoss in his previous life?
He has to have
He's
been.
re-walling just like a Protoss would.
Oh, that's beautiful out of Namshar. Yeah, I think Young Yakov doesn't have a choice. He's going to have to commit to this a little bit harder. He is going to take out the third base, which is pretty big, but he is going to be behind Namshar when it comes to roach count. Now, there is still a lot of Zerglings, which can trade with roaches effectively if they have +1, and there's enough of them to get us around, but yeah, I'm not sure.
These banelings can't really find the angle to just break through. I don't know. I think Yakov needs to stabilize here and just defend because he'll have more bases.
Yeah, I think that would be the call, but Namshar is getting a lot of roaches.
Yeah, it's like how do you stabilize? You need to be out on the map. You need to try and delay your opponent as well. So, but your opponent also has a better arm tech wise. So how do you do that?
Well, he still is on slow roaches, so he'll have a little bit leeway here. I think Namshar is actually going to hang back and try to regain some of those economic losses. He is ahead in workers, but his third base did get killed, and it's going to be a little bit behind Young Yakov's third now.
Yep. And honestly, I don't know. The plus on Malay is finished, but I am not exactly sure who's ahead right now. There's not too big of a worker lead. Is there a lair for Namshar? Yep, there is. So I think tech-wise, Namshar is going to be ahead once, especially once those upgrades finish.
Nice little pullback there by Namshar, making sure those Zerglings don't get into his natural. Yeah, I think Namshar's definitely ahead economy-wise now. Tech-wise, I believe he's ahead. So I think if Namshar is given enough space, he's going to have quite the fearsome army for Young Yakov to compete with.
That is true. Okay, he's going to sacrifice an overseer to just scout around how many bases there are, what additional tech can I scout. Just click on the queen, just click on some units if you can, just see what the upgrades are. Kind of favoring Yakov in this case, because once he'll have plus on melee and missile attacks, I think his units are going to hit really nicely.
Yeah,
Especially those lings.
Yeah, these lings are kind of the issue here. Oh, is he going to go for a nice surround here? Oh, there's no way he
That's the
can.
plan.
There's no way he
Yeah,
can
but
because
not
of
sure
the...
if Yakov knows this. Yeah, he doesn't know, and he's gonna be surprised. He needs to pull back these roaches and ravagers. So, I think he's bioed down his own ravager. To be honest.
Oh yeah, we do
That's
have
a
the
nice
big surround.
round, and these lings have +1.
Yeah, they just melted these this roach ravager. GG's going to be called. Damn sure it takes game 2.
Yeah, and actually, I think Yakov just realized that there's not enough here. So yeah, Namshar takes the series, the last series for PSIStorm Gaming, and still the final score is going to be 4-2. It was like a 4-0. Then we played the last one, the last set. And I guess then there's one thing remained to be told. Just congratulating and announcing the winner.
Yeah, congratulations to CSO eSports. PSIStorm Gaming put up a hell of a fight. Didn't get clean sweep this time, but CSO really showing some powerful plays here in the end. So well done to everybody on that team.
Yeah, and we're going to rate Mr. Dave Testa. So If you don't know, Dave is also part of PSIStorm Gaming, and yeah, it's going to be extremely fun to just check out Dave's stream. Say hi to Dave. He's he's a meme lord. He has extremely nice jokes. He has crisp gameplay, a lot of DTs. So that's what the hype is going to be around.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
the funny thing is that he has actually proxy DT'd me in my own base before, so he is really well versed in doing some weird things. Also, just
yep.
a swell guy to watch and learn from.
Yeah, and also really good caster. He's doing a lot of work for the StarCraft community. But
Oh,
before we
absolutely.
leave, again, we want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for having me, Cranial. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was an absolute joy.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, honestly. And yeah, thanks Sniper for organizing such a nice team league.
Yeah,
Personally, I
absolutely.
enjoyed it. The
Yeah,
format was really nice.
yeah. Once again, if you're not followed, go ahead and follow. We're trying to get this account to affiliate, and check out those Matcherino links and some of our sponsors.
Yeah, doing Poggers and LucidSound were uh, were happy enough to sponsor and partner up with the Snipers StarCraft Team League, or just the Snipers StarCraft League in general. So use code SSL30 on during Poggers to get 30% off, as well as code StarCraft to get 5% off Lucid Sounds, like every purchase on Lucid Sound to be exact. And yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be all from us tonight. Thank you for coming by, and have fun in Dave's stream.
yeah, I guess happy Dave stream.
All right, we are out.